Unbelievable, man. I'm getting my wits end with this team. Yet again, another loss, a close loss. Yet again, another loss in overtime. Yet again, another loss in the clutch. The Bulls were already the worst team in the clutch going into tonight in the NBA. They make it another loss, which puts them at 3-11 in clutch time. And what makes it all the more frustrating was that this was actually a really good back and forth game to watch, with the exception of OT. Well, I guess the first and second quarter wasn't really that great either, but my God, how many times are we going to go through this? How much further are the Bulls going to keep digging themselves into this hole in the Eastern Conference? Do I really have to say it? Again, the margin of error is so slim this season. The Bulls are so deep in it at this point. I don't even know if they're going to be able to find a way out. 11-16. 11-16. Like, I know the Bulls have had the hardest schedule today in the NBA, even though that's supposed to get easier. I know they're without Lonzo Ball, but these guys cannot be 11-16. Not with the guys that they have on the roster. And I said it after coming back from that West Coast trip. Yeah, I'm going to say it again, even though I'm sure most of you are probably tired of hearing it by now. The next 10 games from that point would define the Bulls season for which direction they go in terms of riding the ship, or they make drastic changes to really overhaul the roster, because it's clearly not working. I said it, at a minimum, they have to go 7-3 in those first 10 games after that West Coast trip. So far, 2-2, which could have been 4-0 when you factor in that the Bulls lost the game against Atlanta after it was virtually handed to them twice, losing it with 0.5 seconds left on the clock, and then tonight narrowly almost winning in regulation. If only that final play was executed a little bit better on that lob by Patrick Williams, which, by the way, seemed kind of like it was a foul. Bulls wouldn't have been able to challenge it anyway, but Pat kind of got hammered by Julius Randle there, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to go back and look at the replay. I don't even want to see any replays from this game, but either way, didn't happen, and the Bulls completely blew it in overtime, getting outscored 11-3. There were some positive things from this game. I mean, the energy and effort was there, just not always the execution, which is kind of paramount. The Bulls actually were pretty efficient from the field, going 55% overall, didn't shoot it well from three, and the big three were all pretty efficient in this one. Not from three though, but overall, Zach 11 for 23, Vooch 9 for 16, and DeMar, not the best shooting night for him, 8 for 18, but he was also great at getting to the line and went 16 for 17 from the line. Ended up finishing the game with 32 points. You had some nice highlight reel plays. Alex Caruso to Lavine off the backboard lob, that got me shouting. That crossover by Alex Caruso that shook his defender and knocking him down with the jumper in his face, that got the crowd going. But where the Bulls really dropped the ball in this one, I mean, there were a lot of things, but this really stood out more than anything. You let the Knicks put 18 three-pointers on you and shoot 53% from deep. This is a team that is dead last in three-point shooting at 32% as a team for the season in the NBA, and they shoot 53% from deep. How many times are we going to see the Bulls give up so many three-pointers to their opponent? The Bulls are 24th in the league in terms of three-pointers allowed, in case you didn't know. That ranking is certainly going to go down even further after this loss. Yeah, it's moments like these where you really miss Lonzo Ball, who is an incredible perimeter defender, but other guys have to step up. They have to be aware of who they're guarding and who's going to light up shots against you if you're not paying attention. Too many times we see guys getting lost when the opposing team is playing with a high level of ball movement. Now, because the Knicks are the worst three-point shooting team by percentage, you'd have to think they're not going to be able to replicate that for the game on Friday. Yes, the Bulls do play the Knicks again, also at home on Friday. And look, I know the Knicks have won 5 in a row. They're on a hot streak right now, but come on now. The Bulls are a better team in so many senses of the word. Do not let them get hot from deep and take over the game. And then, you know, I know people are going to go and look at Julius Randle's stat line and say Pat played him terribly tonight. Patrick Williams actually had a really good game and did especially well down the stretch on Julius Randle. Amazing job defensively and was actually aggressive on offense as well. And hey, get this, he had a career high in assists tonight at 5, but no, 11 points. Billy went with him down the stretch, even drew up a final play for him in regulation, which I actually liked the play call because I'm sure most thought it was either going to go to Lavine or DeRozan. And while sure, maybe Vucevic, given his length, would have been a good option, but he's not going to be as quick in getting his man off of him. And Robinson is obviously a very, very good rim protector, so that wasn't going to work. You saw what happened when Vucevic tried to post up on Robinson down 2 in overtime with less than 2 minutes to go. Yeah, that was not the right play in that moment against a guy like Robinson. Speaking of which, I would have liked to have seen Drummond in this game a little more, given the mismatch for Vucevic on Robinson. Not saying Drummond would have played him so much better than Vucevic, but I would have wanted him to play more than 12 minutes. And the other reason also was because the Bulls got absolutely destroyed on the boards tonight, getting out rebounded by the Knicks 48-31. That can't happen. Now, it also didn't help that the Bulls didn't have Dosunmu tonight. Still no real update on him and how long he'll in fact be out. Hopefully not long, because we really need him as another defender in either guarding one of Brunson, Grimes, or RJ Barrett. Pretty annoying and unlucky that it was thought Brunson was going to be out tonight, and then a last-minute game-time decision decided to play. Would have been nice for the Bulls to catch a little bit of a break, although I am saying that, but they already got a break against the Mavs and the Hawks with them missing key players. Derrick Rose didn't play, Ryan Arcidiacono didn't play. Oh, Archie. Sometimes I miss that guy, but not really. Cam Reddish, still out of the rotation. I still think the Bulls should take a look at trying to get him if all they have to do is give up a second-round pick, which is what has been rumored the Knicks want, but who knows. The Bulls have much bigger problems than just bringing in Reddish to suddenly fix things. And by the way, I know I've been hard on Coby at times. I know he's the Bulls' most likely trade candidate, but he has actually been playing a lot better as of late, and you have to give credit where credit is due. He's been playing well offensively, handling the ball better, his decision making has improved, and he has been a positive impact on the court in recent games, even when his shot's not falling. So shout out to Coby. Wanted to add that in there because people are always calling me a Coby hater. Anyway guys, I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully, and really hopefully, the Bulls can bounce back and get a win on Friday. Otherwise, we're really in a world of hurt here. Until then guys, as always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.